Good afternoon, everyone. As we talk about the 10 Weather Impact Show here today on your Tuesday, we are tracking some pretty quiet conditions here as we go through really the rest of this afternoon as we have sunshine and temperatures up into the lower 60s here for today. So really nice conditions here for your Tuesday. Before we got some big changes in the forecast looking ahead to Wednesday, and also as we go into the day on Friday as we track our next weather maker that will bring about some rain and also some colder temperatures looking ahead to the weekend. So let's go ahead and dive into your 10 weather impact forecast as we talk about things this afternoon. Again, we got the sunshine out there. Here's a live look at downtown. Really nice conditions as we're up into the upper 50s and now up to 60 degrees here in downtown Columbus. Beautiful conditions, mostly sunny skies and winds out of the south-southwest at about 8 miles per hour. So really nothing to worry about here for your Tuesday. And we are going to be into the low 60s for pretty much everyone, getting closer to 62 here for the afternoon. And then eventually, of course, we will be cooling on down to the 40s as we head into tonight, and then looking ahead to even warmer conditions here for tomorrow. But as we talk about your election day forecast, we are tracking temperatures right around 62 here for today. Overall pleasant conditions with winds pretty light out of the southwest at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now, as we look at the radar picture, we're not tracking anything really here for today. Just a few clouds that have been making their way through central Ohio. Not going to be anything that we have to worry about. We're not tracking any rain here for today. A couple sprinkles to our north and a lot of that not even reaching the ground here this afternoon. So not tracking rain today, not really tracking rain tomorrow. Next best chance for rain is going to be Friday, and then potentially some more rain as we look at a Sunday, and it could actually be mixed with maybe a few snowflakes in Ohio. So we'll be watching that here for your Sunday as we get some much colder temperatures in the forecast here by Sunday into Monday. And our next system is well off to the north and west, and it eventually will bring about those colder conditions as we go into the latter half of the week. But as we go through the hour-by-hour forecast here for the rest of today, just looking at mostly sunny skies and temperatures into the lower 60s. And then by tonight, we will see clear skies and temperatures cooling down to the 40s, so not quite as chilly as we had this morning. We were down in the 30s for most of central Ohio. Then by tomorrow, we're back to the sunshine here on your Wednesday. Overall, really nice conditions as we start off the day, but the wind will be picking up pretty quickly. We are talking about winds gusting over 30 miles per hour here, especially as we get into the later morning hours and the early afternoon. And that is ahead of a cold front that will bring the cooler weather, of course, but also some clouds in here as we head into the afternoon. So temperatures are expected to be warmer into the upper 60s here for the afternoon. And then the cold front will come through and it'll knock us down into the 50s looking ahead to our Thursday. But that's just the cold front number one. A stronger cold front will arrive here for the weekend and usher in even colder temperatures. So we'll see that here in the 7-day forecast. But as we talk about the extended forecast going into Friday, this is our next weather maker. We'll start off quiet on Friday in the morning hours, and then by the afternoon, going to be watching that cold front building in, and it's going to bring some rain here across the state and potentially some moderate rainfall, especially where we have that yellow showing up here in southern Ohio. Could be seeing rainfall amounts over a half an inch and maybe up to an inch in some locations, especially across the southern part of the state. So we are watching that here for Friday evening. Unfortunately, it's timing up for around the time a lot of high school football is going to be going on. So do keep that in mind if you're going to any of the games here on Friday. There likely will be some rain, especially in central and southern Ohio during the evening hours on your Friday. That'll clear out. We'll actually catch a break here on Saturday. It'll still be partly to mostly cloudy here. And then Sunday, we get that colder air building in, and we are tracking another system rolling through. And depending on the timing, there could actually be some rain showers and maybe, where you see that blue, some snowflakes mixing in. Now, it's not going to be a big storm. It's not going to be something that'll bring any accumulation to Ohio, but it could bring about our first snowflakes of the season, and it's about the time we typically see our first snow around mid-November here across central Ohio. So nothing out of the ordinary, but it will be our first snowflakes of the season here for most of central and especially northern Ohio. Some of the southern parts maybe not seeing those flurries here as we go through your Sunday, but we'll be watching that, and we may see that chance of flurries continue into Monday as we are tracking just a lot of colder air and potentially even some lake effect around parts of Michigan and there along the southern shore of Lake Erie here as we look ahead to Monday. But for today, not tracking anything like that. It's nice out there, partly cloudy skies, 62 degrees for a high temperature here today. And then tonight, not as cold. We're down into the 40s here with a partly cloudy sky. Winds out the south helping to keep us on the mild side here overnight. And then look at tomorrow. We're into the upper 60s here for the afternoon, but keep in mind it will be quite windy here as we go through your Wednesday. We're talking about winds gusting over 20 and potentially up to near 30 miles per hour here for the afternoon. So while it will be a warmer day, it's just going to be a bit windy here as we go through your Wednesday, and then we'll see some quieter conditions looking ahead to Thursday. Here comes the rain, though, as we get into our Friday. And again, for 1st and 10, yeah, we're tracking rain showers and temperatures in the 50s. So not ideal football weather, but that's what we have here for your Friday. And then, as you can see with the weekend forecast, much colder conditions are in store. A few scattered showers are possible here on Sunday. And then once temperatures get cold enough, that is when we are talking about that potential for some scattered flurries mixing in with the rain. So nothing that would accumulate, but it is something that we're going to have to watch here as we go into Sunday and potentially even Monday, as our high temperature is only 40s. So that means we're stuck in the 30s pretty much all day Mondays. So it's that time of year. It was bound to happen. So enjoy what we have here today and the next couple of days with these mild temperatures in the 50s and 60s. So that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast. And now we're going to switch over to some other news. And this is actually something that we talked about a month ago. We actually gave you a first look into some space research that students at The Ohio State University are doing to contribute to the first ever science park in the U.S. But did you know, in another building on campus, advances are being made when it comes to nuclear propulsion? And it's to help take space missions even deeper into the greater unknown. So Meredith Garfalo has this story.
You might not realize there's so many things happening here at Ohio State to take us to the final frontier. But some students at Ohio State University are actually working on technology that's going to take our astronauts further into space and much faster.
Liam Foss is a second-year aerospace engineering major at The Ohio State University.
I'm learning a lot of things that I won't even learn within classes. So part of it is just getting that manufacturing and research experience.
Foss is part of a team that's creating a nuclear propulsion system that will help take space exploration to a whole new galaxy.
So far it's been mainly hands-on. I've done a lot of the actual physical design of it and manufacturing it. But I think in the future it'll be more gathering the data, helping process the data, helping write some papers.
A NASA grant kicked off the mission 3 years ago to design an engine for rockets to improve how a rocket operates and cut down on the time it will take to get from Earth to its destination in space.
Traditional nuclear thermal propulsion engines are basically twice as efficient as chemical rockets, which is every rocket you see today launching from the Earth. Since it's twice as efficient, it's also much faster than chemical rockets.
And like any new discovery, the students still have a few more years of trial and error, research, and testing so they can get their prototype ready to present to NASA.
We can do a lot with simulations and modeling, but we need hard data to actually benchmark those models. So we know the computer's, analyzing what we think it should and what's actually happening in the real world.
Giving students an experience unlike any other and a skill set to use through graduation and beyond.
Though I don't entirely want to go into space industry, it's still useful information that can be used going into any industry related to aerospace.
At The Ohio State University, Meredith Garfalo, 10 TV.
And some really cool stuff going on there at The Ohio State University. And continuing on with space news, if you could send a message to the universe, what would you say? Thousands of people are recording their thoughts and hopes and hellos, betting that one day someone or something out there will actually hear them. Kids in Australia are teaming up with students from MIT to send their voices deep into space. It's a mission inspired by the golden record sent on Voyager 1 nearly 50 years ago, a time capsule of life and culture on planet Earth.
We're going to say hi to UFOs.
You know, if we're to find evidence of life elsewhere in the universe, that will be an absolute step change for humanity and our place in it.
Do you believe in aliens?
100%. If we're living, there must be other life.
Some really cool stuff there. And also here, before we go today, let's check out some new video that actually was happening just last night. This video coming out from Hawaii. This is the Kilauea volcano. This actually has been an active volcano for really a long time. It's actually been having regular episodes recently since December of 2024, and you can see the lava flow there. Again, this is just happening overnight. Sometimes you get those lava fountains that happen. We actually just saw one just about a couple of weeks ago, so there's a bit more activity, and this is one of the more active volcanoes anywhere in the world, as the Hawaii hotspot actually has led to the formation of the Hawaiian Islands over thousands of years, and still having a lot of that activity here today. Not causing any problems, but the USGS has been monitoring the activity there around the Kilauea volcano. This video coming in from the United States Geological Survey as they continue to monitor some of that activity that is happening there at the Kilauea volcano. And also some other video. This is actually from the White House. You can see there that the video just has shown all those brilliant fall colors there at the nation's capital there across Washington, D.C. Not even just there around the White House, but further in the background, even towards the memorial there and just all around the National Mall. And of course, you can see the flag there lowered to half staff to honor Dick Cheney, who just passed away here yesterday. And just really, sad news there, but also nice to see that we are displaying the flag there at half staff, and also seeing the nice fall colors there across the nation's capital. And really, even here in Ohio, we're seeing a lot of fall colors. So if you want to check them out, now is the time to do so. We are seeing a lot of really at the peak of the fall colors here in Columbus and across the state. Now's the time, because by tomorrow, we're tracking that wind. That's going to knock a lot of the leaves off the trees. And also by the time here on Friday, when we get all that rain, likely going to see a lot of those colors fading here, and most of the leaves are going to probably be gone here as we get into the weekend. So that'll do it for us here today on the 10 Weather Impact Show. Thank you for joining us here on 10 TV Plus. Coming up later on this evening, we'll have more of a look at the rain that we have in the forecast here for Friday, and of course, that chance for those first snowflakes of the season coming here by Sunday and Monday. So later on, Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz will be in with the latest on the forecast. So until then, you can always catch more news and weather online at 10tv.com.